Hey y'all, we're almost done with this Healthy Eating Shop With Me series. I've got one store left, that's Sam's Club. That's where we are today. Making homemade food is really gonna be the best way for us to have really good, nourishing meals for our family. And I think the foundation for all of that is having some really good foundational pantry items and freezer items that we can keep on a regular basis. Sam's Club is a great place to find those items. Let's go in and talk about some of the great long-term food storage and pantry items here at Sam's Club. Having a well-stocked pantry is so important as a homemaker because it really allows us to draw from already purchased items to really affordable and healthy, nourishing meal plans without having to spend a lot of money each and every week. So the more we are able to build a good, substantial pantry, the better we are going to be able to feed our family good, nourishing meals without spending a ton of extra money each week on the grocery budget. But let's talk first about what makes a good pantry item. First of all, it's going to be a long-term shelf-stable item. Things like pasta and canned vegetables are always going to be good for a really long time, and they're always going to be really useful in a million different ways in your food recipes. So these kinds of things are really important to keep in mind when you're trying to begin building your pantry. Also thinking about things that are versatile ingredient items. Things like oatmeal, rice, flour, those things that are going to be really good building blocks for all of your meals. Those are the things that you look for when you're building your pantry. And finally, maybe the most important thing about items that you're going to put into your pantry, make sure there are things that your family is going to like and you know how to use. So if you have a pantry full of healthy items that you know nothing about or your family absolutely refuses to eat, it's not going to do you any good to have those items, and it's just ultimately going to be a waste of money and time and effort. So begin building your pantry by adding items that you know your family enjoys eating and you are comfortable working with on a regular basis, implementing them into your meal plans. Okay, so now let's start talking about specific pantry items that are really good buys at Sam's Club. First up, I really like to make my own vanilla extract, but it takes a really long time for it to set and cure. So this all-natural vanilla extract is a really good option. Also, spices and seasonings are a great bargain at Sam's Club. You can find organic or regular items available. They have a lot of them in these huge containers. Some of the seasonings and spices that I like to keep on hand are cumin, cinnamon, chili powder, onion powder, Italian seasoning, and Himalayan salt. All of those are available here at Sam's Club, and they're here for a great price. This gigantic 14-pound bag of baking soda is perfect to have in your pantry for all of your baking and cleaning needs. Less than $10, this is such a good bargain. And also this white vinegar, 2 gallons for less than $6 is so good to have in your pantry. It's perfect for a lot of different baking recipes as well as making your own homemade all-purpose cleaner. Rice is such a good item to keep stocked in your pantry. This basmati rice is a really good option. It is a healthy whole grain ingredient that is perfect as a meal extender. It's inexpensive, but it's nourishing. It has plenty of vitamins and minerals, and this huge container is less than $20. This huge 12-pound bag of pinto beans for less than $10 is also a really great option. This is another good meal extender. It gives you protein, vitamins, and minerals without the huge expense that we usually find when we are adding a meat to a meal. So keeping dried beans on hand to use in all of your recipes is a really great option. Canned vegetables are another great thing to have in your pantry available for meal planning. If you have a large family, or even if you have enough room in your refrigerator to store the unused portion of this huge container for later in the week, this is such a great bargain. And the great thing about Del Monte is they never have genetically modified fruits and vegetables. So if you're like me and try to avoid genetically modified ingredients, you can feel comfortable and confident in buying Del Monte vegetables. Canned vegetables are packed very quickly after they are picked, so they are always really good and fresh, and they are really good options to put healthy, nourishing vegetables into our family's meals without having to have a huge expense of the fresh vegetables that we find out of season in the grocery store. Now let's talk about some of our baking ingredients like sugar and flour. This sugar in the raw turbinado sugar is a really good option. You can see that it has got a lot of color still left in the sugar, so that means that it's much less processed than regular white sugar. Also, this brown sugar at Sam's Club is a delicious ingredient to have available in your pantry. It makes the best cookies and desserts. It's also great for just a sweetening ingredient for things like oatmeal, and I love to have it on hand in my pantry. This powdered sugar is the same. We don't use a lot of it, but when we do, this is a really good option. All of these are non-GMO, which is really important to me. When I can find a non-GMO sweetener, I feel like that is a step above and worth a little bit more. Now let's talk about flour. I really try to avoid bleached flour when at all possible. I feel like anything that's bleached is not going to have as much vitamins and minerals available, but I was really excited to see that Sam's Club has begun selling this King Arthur bread flour. This has not been available for very long. It was not available when my last membership expired, so I'm really excited about this high quality bread flour being available at Sam's Club. For those of you who may be gluten intolerant or gluten-free, this almond flour, while it is a lot more expensive than wheat flour, is a really good deal. You can make almond flour yourself, but it is pretty intensive and difficult. So this is a great bargain to put in your pantry if you need a gluten-free flour option. Sam's Club is a great place to get your cooking oils. This coconut oil is an unrefined option. I don't really love to cook with unrefined coconut oil. It just leaves a coconut flavor that my family prefers not to have. But this avocado oil is a great option. This is a really good oil for sauteing because it has such a high smoke point. It's also really good for making homemade mayonnaise because it has such a mild flavor. I really like having this avocado oil. They also have a ton of olive oil options, which I think is a really good cooking oil to have on hand. They used to have a Sam's brand of organic olive oil. I'm not sure where that was on the day that I went, but they do have this really high quality Pompeian olive oil that is light tasting for a really good price. Nuts are another thing that is really good to have in your pantry as a staple item. They are so versatile. You can use them in so many different recipes and in so many ways. They are great snacks just by themselves, and also they will make the best desserts. And Sam's Club is a perfect place to buy them, to have them available in your pantry. You can save so much money by buying these larger bags of nuts and storing them in your pantry for a really long time, and they will last even longer in your freezer. I hadn't seen these cashews before, but they look like a really good option to make your own cashew butter, and even just to add as a topping to oatmeal. Sam's also has these salted options in these large containers, really affordable prices. These snacking nuts are available at really affordable prices, and they are a really good option for your family to have a good natural snack available without having a lot of extra sugar or processed ingredients. In full disclosure, I do not love canned tuna. I actually don't love canned meat in general, but I do know that a lot of people are really big fans of tuna, and this is a really high quality albacore tuna. It is wild caught. It is packed in water. I think that it is a really good lunch option for those who do like the taste of tuna. But not only that, it also can be a really good item to just keep in your pantry in case of a food emergency. It's a really high protein item that is going to give you a lot of energy and take up minimal space. So maybe just keeping a package of this tuna available in our pantry is a good idea, if for no other reason than just for emergencies. Okay, we've made our way back around to some more canned vegetables. These are a little bit more manageable in size, not the huge institutional sizes I showed you earlier. The diced tomatoes at Sam's are a good deal. They're not as inexpensive as you can find them at Aldi, but they are a really good affordable price. These are smaller cans, a little more manageable, that you can have available in your pantry. Having a section of canned vegetables in your pantry is just a really good idea. That's going to give you a good foundation for your meal planning. It gives you readily available vegetables that you don't have to do much to, that will be easy to prepare or include in many casseroles. Having a lot of the canned vegetables on hand is going to allow us to really use our imaginations to meal plan and allow us to have to buy a lot fewer ingredients at the grocery store on a weekly basis. Oats are such a good ingredient to have available in your pantry, and this is a really good affordable option. I've not seen that Sam's has their own brand of rolled oats. Before, they only had Quaker brand, which made it a lot more expensive, but this is a great price on these rolled oats that you can use in so many different recipes. I love maple syrup so much. It's one of my favorite ingredients to have in the pantry. This is really high quality. It tastes really good. It is so versatile. You can use it in making bread and in sweetening different desserts. It's a great replacement for sugar in different recipes, and it's just really good to keep on hand. I also love this brand of honey. They've repackaged it and put it in a pouch, which is really neat, except I think that one had busted and it was a little sticky. But this high quality raw honey is another good sugar substitute to keep natural ingredients in our pantry while still having the opportunity to make sweet recipes at an affordable price. Keeping peanut butter on hand in your pantry is a really good idea, especially if you're a mom. And this natural no-stir creamy peanut butter is really good because it has so few ingredients. It's not full of sugar. This is a really good option to keep on hand in your pantry for peanut butter sandwiches, to put with different recipes, to add protein and flavor to granola bars. Peanut butter just seems to be one of the perfect ingredient items to have in your pantry. Now let's talk about some things that we can put in our freezer that will allow us to pull from our inventory and have really nourishing good meals without having a lot of extra expense week by week. Things like cheese, vegetables, and fruits from the freezer section are great to store in our freezer. These ingredients will allow us to put together a good and nourishing meal plan without having to have a lot of time invested in preparing fresh fruits and vegetables. So whenever you are low on time, these are the kinds of items to have available in your freezer to allow you to make good, nourishing meals without a lot of extra effort. Including a few items in our freezer that will allow us to make dinner really quickly and still not go through the drive-thru is a total mom win, and I think it's a really good idea. These chicken tenders and chicken nuggets seem to have a lot better ingredients than the normal traditional chicken nuggets. Although they're not perfect, they are a lot better than going through the drive-thru, and they're really affordable as well. When it comes to high quality meat, I don't really think that you can beat Sam's Club's prices and quality availability. There are so many good options at Sam's Club, and when you look at this chicken, although it's not the least expensive chicken option, it is a very affordable chicken option with no antibiotics, and it is vegetarian fed, non-GMO feed, all of the good things that you would do if you were growing your own meat birds. That's what this chicken promises to provide. So I think that buying chicken at Sam's Club is a really good option. They also have some good ground turkey options that's no antibiotics. I don't like to give my family antibiotics unless it's absolutely necessary, and so if I can keep antibiotics out of the food that I eat as well, I think that's just another step in the right direction. So this turkey is also a really good option. This ground beef is 100% organic. It is a really good good option and it tastes really good. I would highly recommend you give it a try. Also, this rotisserie chicken is going to be simple and easy. You can chop it up when you get home, put it in the freezer, and have some really inexpensive, ready-to-go options for dinner time, as well as making a really nutritious bone broth and putting it in the refrigerator to save you from having to buy any chicken broth at all. About a quarter of the store at Sam's Club is made up of snacks. I'm not a huge fan of beef sticks, but I think that my family would really enjoy having these. They are a really healthy, high-protein snack that does not have sugar included, and I think it's a really good option. This True North Almond Pecan Crunch looked absolutely delicious. It's pretty affordable. You can put it in a small snack bag, and I figured that this would last all month if you portioned it out ahead of time. It's another really good, healthy option for our families. There are so many other good snack options at Sam's Club, so if you haven't been lately, you can go and check out and see what they have available. Well, thanks for watching today. I hope that this video is helpful for you. If you don't have a Sam's membership, I'll try to find a deal and link that down in the description below. I was able to get a really good price on a Sam's Club membership this year. So if you don't have a Sam's Club membership, check down in the description box before you go and buy a new membership. Maybe I can help you save a little bit extra on that. I would love to hear about all of your favorite things to buy at Sam's Club. I'm excited to have Sam's Club back in my normal rotation again, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you have a wonderful week. I love you, and I will see you again next time.